My name's Bouncer. I am from Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm. And you are currently dressed up in a business executive dog realness.
That I am.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I am the alpha in my pack, and this is one of the looks I'm given at one of my jobs. And in a playful manner, one day I put it on in my room while I had another puppy visiting, and thoroughly enjoyed the look, and it seemed to be very well received by the community. So,
Absolutely, I think it's a fantastic look. What is it about that particular look that you like?
It kind of mixes two of my worlds. It has both my professional world and my puppy society and community kind of mixed in one. So for me, it's very playful to see that which I have to wear to work mixed with that which I opt to wear. And I think it still has somewhat of an authoritative look without being in full dominant look mode, and fits into some other fetishes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, how did you come to discover human pup play?
It is something that has evolved for me a great deal in the last couple of years. Originally, I was seeking something out. I knew it. I was in a very, very difficult place in my life, and was looking for an escape, is really what it started as. And I had limited experience in the leather community before, had been to some larger events such as Folsom in San Francisco and just didn't find my groove there. And that was years ago. And then there was a hiatus of some time, and then I just started really sniffing around for something that felt like home and like a community to me. I had started looking into the furry fandom. I had started having a growing appreciation for the anthropomorphism, and thought they're just cute as hell, mixed with being, I was extremely sexually attracted to it as well, and stumbled into pups. I'd seen a couple online. I had seen a couple at places like Folsom, but I didn't really understand. Again, thought it was cute, yet it made things move down below. And once I kind of saw that, I thought, oh, I want to be a handler. That seems great. And started researching more and more. Actually met a couple of puppies in a play sense, and something just resonated with me. I found it extremely sexually hot. I found it extremely interesting as far as the escapism part. And finally, a couple years ago, for Halloween, I constructed a cardboard puppy head, went to a party, and went out to a bar afterwards, and it was the first time I was ever greeted as a pup. And I was hooked in a heartbeat. And still didn't know where I wanted to fit into the community. I just continued to reach out and grow. I had a couple very impactful moments with pups. Not necessarily in a play sense, but in a pup seeing that I was hurting and really reaching out to me to offer up whatever they could to help see me wag. And I was out of town for work, had just had something traumatic happen at home, and was speaking with a pup on Scruff, who he's the one who said, no, I just want to see you wag, what can I do? And I just said, would you mind coming to my hotel? I will leave the door open, you gear up, can you please just come be my puppy? I just need someone to snuggle up with, and he came, and it was amazing. We sat on the couch and watched TV, and sat on the bed and watched TV, and again, just another thing where I was just absolutely hooked. Like, I tried to make it sexual at that sense. He's like, hey, we don't have to do that. I just assumed that was his expectation. He's like, no, I told you what I wanted. He's like, I wanted to come and help make you wag. Did I do it? And it was absolutely. And we remain friends ever since. And he disappeared off the radar for a while, and I was searching for him, and he kind of popped back up, and we've become back in contact.
That's
and
cool.
So again, it was just another step that it was sucking me in. And then he is the one that encouraged me to make a puppy Facebook page. He said, if nothing else, you can just at least save your name. And so I did, and then it just went insane. And so I created that and started just reaching out, and it just started to grow. I started using my my normie Facebook page less and less, and just really focusing on my puppy self and on Bouncer. And from there, I travel for both of my jobs, so I just started reaching out to different pup and handler groups and just seeing people in different cities and just somehow making mental notes of where people are. And I just started putting myself out there and just reaching out. So if I knew I was going to a city, I'm just like, oh, this person lives in Portland, Oregon. Oh, this person lives in Seattle. And the reception from the puppy community was just almost overwhelming, because people were just so willing to just meet. It didn't have to mean sex. It didn't have to mean anything. It was just let's go get a beer. Let's go have breakfast. I had one friend pick me up at the airport. I did not ask for it. He insisted.
I do think that there is that strong sense of community. Having hung out with a large pup population, we're here at Claw 2016, it's been amazing to hang out with people and to see that there is a sense of one goal that people are striving towards, and people who are willing to help people get there. I can't help but notice at Claw you had 2 pups that you would have on leash and taking around. Are they your pack?
They are 2 of the 3 pups that are in my pack with me.
Can you tell us about your pack?
I can. We, first off, through some discussion this weekend and knowing it was something we wanted to do, we had finally agreed upon a name for our pack.
Mm-hmm.
And we have agreed on the Dog Star pack.
Oh, wow.
So that was exciting. It hit me at 7:34 a.m. yesterday. I woke up next to one of my pups, Spike, and poked him in the chest and said, hey, I have an idea for a name. Mm-hmm. And so that was pretty exciting. It was just this morning that we finally kind of concurred. And so my pack right now is, first it was my puppy Spike that lives in Chicago, that we had met online through a mutual friend. As I mentioned earlier, I had started thinking I wanted to be a handler, but then I started finding the gear, and I am very, very much a gear pup. Mm-hmm. So again, didn't know exactly where I fit, but through my friendship that was growing with Spike, he and I had a great deal of interaction, started chatting every day, and he introduced me to chastity play, even from afar. He was helping me get, he was holding me accountable and using a chastity cage. And then one day I kind of turned it on him and said, why don't you go put your cage on? And he reacted very, very well to that. And soon thereafter, he started a conversation with something that really neither he nor I were looking for at that time. but he just said, I would like to talk to you about being my alpha.
Mm.
And from there, it has been an amazing learning experience for me, I think for him, really for both of us, that kind of just unexpected. We weren't out searching for anything, and it just so naturally came to be that it has really been a perfect fit for us.
What does the role of alpha mean to you?
To me, it's in outside of a play sense, it's really just taking the lead, kind of being the go-to person on certain decisions. I really try to be a very nurturing type of alpha. There's no talking down. We are in this together, and it's really just kind of leading our little pack.
Cool.
And then soon thereafter, I was at it was the first Los Angeles puppy contest, and I had met several of the LA pups, and they are great, but there was one that I noticed that was kind of hanging out over on the side of the bar. My ears perked up immediately, and I was trying to figure out who's that pup. And finally didn't stalk him through the night, but kept an eye out, and he happened to be talking to a friend of mine that I knew, and I stepped up and finally got to meet my pup Tiger. And it was brief, but at least the introduction had been made. I knew I could find him again once the first barking had taken place, and so I kind of kept an eye out on Facebook, and he finally popped up, and we became friends on there and chatted, and then finally had an opportunity to get together and get a little more up close and personal. From there, our friendship grew to a point that Spike and I had talked about it, and I offered up if Tiger had wanted to join our pack, and he took some time to think about it, and I told him it was up to him, and there was no pressure, and that we were already kind of doing things that were sort of an alpha pup relationship, and he's local to me in LA, and he was immediately my puppy partner in crime. We often, when we go out, we are the only two that are hooded pups. Tuesday night, Thursday, wherever it might be, but it's just kind of no question. We both like, okay, great, you're up, go out, whatever we can go do. And that's also been a lot of fun. And we've now had a couple opportunities where the three of us were able to hang out, including here at Claw. We were just together in Austin a couple weeks ago, and it was just a quick side story. It was months ago, see a picture from Midwest Fur Fest, and who is standing right in front of Spike was standing right behind Tiger in a picture. And so they had crossed paths before, but obviously not in any way as we are now, but that I think I may have squealed a little bit. Oh my God, it's like the two pups that we weren't even a pack yet, but just the two of them standing next to each other. It was pretty cool.
Fantastic. And you also have another pup.
We do. He's our most recent addition, which kind of took the dogs to our pack international, which again met on Facebook through mutual friends. We have a pup in New Zealand who lives in Christchurch. That his name is Seika, and he joined us just recently, and is just another amazing pup and a very welcome addition to our pack. And it takes a lot of creativity and communication and openness and honesty, just all the things that I require and ask for in our pack. Is just being able to talk and be open and honest and respectful, and so learning time zones and having to do a lot of Googling between the metric system and But we make it work, and it's a lot of fun for everyone. And my saying that I've told all of these pups as we've got to know each other is just maximize your joy. I use that every day, that when I do some decision making, that if it makes you happy, do it. When you're not hurting anyone else, you're not hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. And so with Seika, even though there's a great distance, I have a reason to go to New Zealand now, and that's been top on my list for places I want to go. And now I get to go see my pup.
That's fantastic. What do you see in the future of the Dog Star pack, but I suppose in human pup play in the next 5 to 10 years?
For us, we've laughed about this, that we have no idea what we're doing. We're figuring out day to day, having fun. But I've really spent some time thinking about how I can be a positive effect within the community. The community has done so much for me. It got me through so much that, and a lot of people don't even know, and I had just so much drama going on in my life, and I don't boast about that. The puppydom is my happy place. Mm-hmm. So everything that I present online or whatever, I try to keep a very, very positive spin. Maybe there's some one-on-one conversations or like group chats or whatever, but I don't put my drama out on the table. Mm-hmm. But the community has given so much to me. That I just want to figure out how to give back. So that's kind of where I'm going at this point, is just trying to figure out how I can be a positive influence for other people. Cool. Right now, we really, particularly with Spike and I, we do, a lot of new pups reach out through different venues, whether Growler, Scruff, Recon, Facebook, Telegram, whatever it might be. And it could just be a simple thing like, oh, I wish I could be a pup. Like, well, why can't you? Mm. Well, I don't have any around me. So a lot of people don't have other pups around them. And just start sending them in directions. Books like Wolf and Bark and the Sirius Pups website, and just other resources. And just tell them, take in all these perspectives and create your own. If it's outside of respect and consent and whatever, if somebody says you're doing it wrong, you might not want to be around that person. And just figuring out your own path, because there's no one right way to do anything. There's no one right way to do puppy. If it makes you happy and it maximizes your joy, you're doing it right.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of been where I'm focusing, is how to help other pups. I have a great deal of respect for those that take the path of doing contests and representing the community in that way. It's not my path. I've been through that in another part of my life, and it was fun, educational. It is not the path I am choosing for myself.
Sure. So
I'm still figuring it out, and where it goes in the next 5 to 10 years, I just hope it becomes a bigger and bigger part of my life, and that more and more people are able to get at least some of the enjoyment and joy and sense of community and belonging and the amazing sex and exploration of kink. And I just hope more people get to experience at least a portion of what I've been able to discover and experience myself.
Fantastic. So if somebody wanted to contact you, what is the best way for them to do that?
The best way right now would definitely be via Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And how will they find you on Facebook?
It is Joe Garcia, and then in parentheses, it's Bouncer Dog.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And we'll pop a link underneath that video.
Great.
But thank you very much for your time, and I wish you the best for the rest of your claw.
Great. Thank you so much, Gpup.
No worries.